on the speech made by the second finance minister yesterday at the National Economic Outlook Conference 2010-2011 organized by the Malaysian Institute of Economic Research in Parliament. It was an excellent speech. The second finance minister gave a keynote speech at the National Economic Outlook Conference organized by the MIER yesterday, which must have shaken the audience to the core. Not because the content of his speech had anything new or shocking, but because it was the first time a finance minister had stated the obvious, which all Malaysians knew about with regards to the economy. I'll just quote briefly on the AFP report that came out. There are a few other reports Reuters reported as well. Malaysia's economy has been stagnating for the past decade and is now trailing badly behind its neighbours. A senior minister said today, calling for urgent and wide-ranging reforms. The country's export-dependent economy has been hit hard by the global recession, contracting by 3% this year and jeopardizing its ambitions to become a developed nation by 2020. Now, he said Malaysia is trapped in a low value-added, low-wage and low productivity structure. Second Finance Minister Ahmad Husni Nasrallah told the economic conference, among its peers, China, India, Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines and Thailand, Malaysia's economic growth over the past 3 years was second lowest. Now, our economy has been stagnating in the last decade. We have lost our competitive edge to remain as a leader of the pack in many sectors of the economy. Our private investment has been steadily in decline, while Singapore and Korea's nominal per capita GDP grew within the last 3 decades by 9 and 12 times respectively. Ours grew by a factor of 4. In a withering assessment, Ahmad Husni said services sector is underdeveloped. Our services sector is underdeveloped. Private investment is half the levels before the 1997 Asian financial crisis, and the manufacturing sector is suffering from lack of investment. He called for sweeping measures, including emphasis on meritocracy and ensuring that all Malaysians are given equal opportunity to participate in the economy. He said, we must also consider the gradual dismantling of our open-ended protection for specific sectors and industries which have introduced a climate of complacency and artificial levels of supply. The long-term success of the nation's economy must take precedence over the short-term interests of a few protected groups. Now, this speech, which sounds as if it has been lifted word for word from the blogs of Pakatan Rakyat leaders. In fact, we have been saying the same over the past decade, and we are ecstatic that the finance minister is finally listening to it, and it is better late than never. However, the earth-shaking speech will be a sheer waste of time and effort, for it will not be put into real concrete actions. We would like to call upon the minister to move a ministerial statement on the country's real state of the economy, as what he has stated at the conference, to allow for debate in Parliament. What he has stated is very serious, is very grave. He has shown that Malaysia's economy is on the verge. If we don't do something about it now, we may be lost in the abyss for some time to come. So we want him to move this ministerial statement so that the House can unite, both sides of the House can unite once and for all, and call for the wide-ranging reforms that is needed to restart the country's economic engine. Now, this is particularly urgent in the light of the recent measures by the government, which runs completely counter to what the finance minister has said, the second finance minister has said, such as the direct award of the Mega Martrade Centre, the 628 million Martrade Exhibition and Convention Centre to Nazar TTDI, which serves, to quote him, the short-term interests of a few protected groups, and the complete lack of competition in the other projects that are being awarded by the government today. This contributes to the continued decline in competitiveness. Hence, we hope that the cabinet ministers will no longer sing unbelievable and unrealistic phrases of the Malaysian economy in Parliament when responding to queries from its members. Instead, they should discard the knee-jerk denial syndrome mentality to ensure an honest assessment, which is critical to adopting the right measures to heal the malaise in our economy.